Hello, this is my lesson on standard form. Specifically, we're going to be looking at moving from vertex form, which is what this is being presented in, to standard form. Standard form, as a reminder, is the form where you're going to end up in y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. This is right now in vertex form where it's a times x minus h squared plus k. Regardless, this form is considered to be simplified. So we're going to be simplifying this expression. So to do that, first thing I'm going to do is multiply x minus 3 to itself because it was squared. Now I'm going to start distributing things out. Now some of you might recognize that I could have used a perfect square trinomial theorem, which would work excellent if you remember it. Usually people don't. So I'm just going to start distributing. So x times x is x squared. X times negative 3 is minus 3x. I'm also going to now distribute the negative 3 here. Negative 3 times x is minus 3x. And negative 3 times negative 3 is positive 9. The 7 didn't get multiplied by any of that action going on, and so now I have to combine like terms to be finished with this problem. X squared has no like terms, so it's 1x squared. Minus 3x is going to make minus 6x, and plus 9 plus 7 is going to make plus 16. This is standard form. So on this next problem, it's slightly different that there's all of a sudden a coefficient in front of the binomial that's being squared. The coefficient here is negative 1. I'll actually be writing that as such as a reference. So again, the x plus 4 is what's actually being squared. So I'm going to multiply x plus 4 times x plus 4 here and still have the plus 12. Much of my steps are going to remain the same here. There is a small difference that as I'm writing this, I'm going to actually keep what I'm multiplying here in a set of parentheses because that will remind me that I need to distribute by negative 1 here in just a second. So anyways, x times x is x squared. X times 4 is plus 4x. Then I'm going to distribute the 4, so 4 times x is 4x, and 4 times 4 is plus 16. We'll close the parentheses because this all needs to get multiplied by that negative 1 coefficient that was from the very beginning of the problem. I still need to remember my plus 12 at the very end. Now I've got 2 steps remaining. My next step is to distribute the negative 1 to everything, and then I've got to combine like terms. Some people would say you need to combine like terms here. Really doesn't matter as long as you do get them combined at some point. So the negative 1 is going to multiply everything right here except for the 12. So y equals negative 1x squared minus 4x minus 4x minus 16. So I've now multiplied it to everything. The plus 12 is still at the end, does not get multiplied. Finally, I'm going to go ahead and combine my like terms. Negative x squared has no like terms to combine with. Minus 4x will make minus 8x. And negative 16 plus 12 is negative 4. All right, and this is how it's done. So on this last one, it's much the same as the previous one. So what I would invite you to do is just kind of do the work along with me as I kind of quietly do it with very few interruptions. So I'm going to go ahead and multiply the x minus 2 to itself. Next, I'm going to multiply x minus 2 times x minus 2, but I'm going to keep that negative 3 multiplying what's in there. Okay, and now I'm going to actually go ahead and distribute the negative 3 to everything in here. I do want to mention really quick, negative 3 times negative 2x made positive 6x. Similar right here. Negative 3 times positive 4 made negative 12. The minus 1 does not get multiplied by the negative 3. Now combine your like terms, you're going to be finished. Alright, and this is my answer. As always, if there's any questions, please feel free to reach out to me through email, and I'll try to help you out. Good luck, y'all.